If you want to lose weight and stay on track during the week, but you don't want to spend your entire Sunday batch cooking bland chicken and rice, these 5 high-protein meal prep recipes make healthy eating quick, tasty and easy. We're kicking things off with these beef burritos, which are super easy to make, and you can wrap them individually and keep them in the freezer, so they're ideal for meal prep. First thing we're going to do is to prep our veggies. We're going to chop up some red pepper and onion, and we're going to fry them for a couple of minutes on a medium to high heat until they are nice and soft. To that, we're then going to add in our chopped or pureed garlic along with our dried spices. So for this, we're going to use some coriander, some cumin, along with oregano. If you've got fresh herbs, you could always use these, but I'm just using the dried because we're cooking this in winter. Smoked paprika, chili flakes, and some tomato puree. Once you've added all of them, you're just going to give it about a further 30 seconds to a minute. You can add a little splash of water to stop things burning. And then to that, we're going to add in our mince. I'm using beef mince, but you could easily use pork or chicken mince or turkey mince or whatever you want. Cook that, add in your salt, some low-fat cream cheese and mozzarella, and just mix all of that through. That's all the cooking done. All you need to do is just add some salsa to a wrap and then add in your mixture. You could add some sour cream if you're eating this straight away, or avocado, totally up to you. You can be really flexible with it. Once you've added the mixture, roll it up, and I like to toast these on each side just to change the texture, give it a slight bit of crunch, and just gives it more flavour as well. So you can toast them, and then all you need to do is plate them up. And like I said, if you want to keep these in the freezer for later, wrap them up in tin foil, pop them in the freezer, and they are good to go either cold or you can heat them up in the microwave first. Next up, we've got one of my favourite slow cooker recipes of all time. This is a slow cooker authentic bolognese. Now, when I say authentic, this recipe has been certified and submitted to the Bologna Chamber of Commerce. I've just taken the recipe and tweaked it ever so slightly so we can cook it in the slow cooker. For prep, you just need to prepare your sofrito, which is your celery, carrot and onion. And then we're going to get a large pan with a little bit of oil in it and heat our unsmoked pancetta. You're going to fry that until it starts to release the oil and it's starting to crisp up a bit and smelling delicious. Then you're going to add in your veggies. You don't need to add any other oil, and just fry them for a few more minutes till it softens, and then tip all of that into the slow cooker. We're then going to brown our mince. I'm using a mixture of both beef and pork mince. You could use all beef if you wanted, but I like using beef and pork when I'm doing a bolognese. And we're just going to brown that mince before adding in our red wine. Yes, that's my frozen red wine that I use. If you ever have leftover red wine, I know it doesn't happen often, you can freeze it and use it for cooking. You're going to put that in, reduce the alcohol down, and then you're going to add in some tomato puree, corn flour or corn starch if you're across the pond, some passata. And then to that, we're just going to crumble in a stock cube. The traditional recipe would use stock, but because we're doing the slow cooker, we don't need so much liquid, but we still want the flavour. So we're just going to crumble the stock cube into that. Mix it all through, pop the lid on it and give it about 5 hours on low. After 5 hours, remove the lid and we're going to add in our secret ingredient, that is whole milk. You might not have ever added milk to your slow cooker before, but it just gives it this delicious creaminess. You're going to give that a further hour of cooking and then just plate it up and get stuck in. As always, I like to garnish with some green, so we're going to pop some parsley on top, and this freezes and keeps in the fridge really, really well. The next recipe is an absolute plate of sunshine. It is sun-dried tomato, chorizo and chicken with orzo, all done in the one pan. Really easy to make and absolutely delicious. Now, I should also mention at this point in the video, all of these recipes that I am cooking here, you can find them inside my high protein recipes app. We've got about 450 at the moment and we're adding new recipes each month. And if you'd like to download that to get the full recipes, you can get a link to it in the description below. Once you've done that prep, we're going to use chicken thighs for this. You could use chicken breasts if you want to keep it even leaner, but I think chicken thighs have got a lot more flavour and they're more forgiving when you cook them as well. So we're going to season them up and then we're heating the pan on a medium to high heat and we're going to fry that till we get some nice colour on them. Once we've got some colour, they don't need fully cooked through because that will happen when we add the sauce. Just remove from the pan, set aside, and then in the same pan add your onions, pepper and chorizo and fry that until the veggies have softened and it's smelling delicious. Add in your garlic and give it a further 30 seconds of frying. Add in some booze. I'm using red wine. We're going to just cook that down, burning off the alcohol before adding in our chopped or cherry or plum tomatoes, adding the chicken back into the pan with any juices, some chicken stock, and then for seasonings we're going to use some thyme along with dried oregano. I'm going to add in a little bit of chili flakes just for a tiny bit of background heat. You can keep this out if you don't want any heat at all. Our sun-dried tomatoes, our orzo, this is uncooked orzo, obviously that will happen in the sauce. We're going to mix it through and we're going to put the lid on it. When it's cooking, keep an eye on it, keep it stirring, add any more liquid if it needs it, but it should be done in about 15 to 20 minutes. Just check that that orzo is fully cooked through, add in your fresh basil at the end, stir it through. When it comes to plating this one up, check your seasonings, give it some salt and pepper if you think it needs it, and then I like to add in some more fresh basil just to give it another pop of colour and a little bit of freshness. Hope you enjoy this one. Every time I have it, it just makes me think I'm in the Mediterranean and is a flashback to those hot and sunny summer holidays. If you love a good takeaway, then this next recipe for pork garlic chili noodles is going to be for you. I love this one because it is super easy to make. It is less calories than the takeaway, it is considerably cheaper, and you can make it in minutes. So we're going to heat our wok with some oil in it on a high heat and add our pork mince. I love pork mince because it's super economical. It's about £2.50 for 500 grams and it's 5% fat, so really lean, really tasty and great for recipes like this. We're going to brown it and cook it all the way through before adding in our equal measures of garlic and ginger. We're going to add in about a teaspoon of chili flakes. You can use more or less depending on how hot you like it, and then you're just going to give that a further 30 seconds to a minute of frying before adding in some spring onions. We're going to save the mainly green part of it for garnish, so mainly add just the white part. Add in your rice vinegar, ketchup manis, that is Indonesian soy sauce. If you can't get that, you can just use honey and soy sauce. It's just basically a sweet soy sauce. Oyster sauce as well, and then we're going to mix all of that through. I mean, that is it. I mean, how easy was that? Once you've done that, you just need to add in your cooked egg noodles. I know it says dry egg noodles, but that's a bit of a mistake. It's 250 grams dry weight, but you need to cook them first. Add them through to the mix, combine it all, and then that's it. So I mean, I think you'll agree that this one was probably one of the easiest recipes. It is done in under, I don't know, 15 minutes probably. Plate it up, give it a hit with some of the green parts of the spring onion, some sesame seeds, and get stuck in. Continuing that takeaway theme, we're doing the classic chicken fried rice. Super easy to make and a great one for midweek. I should also mention, if you are enjoying this video, please do hit that like button, and if you are just seeing one of my videos for the first time, make sure you subscribe as well so you don't miss out on future high protein recipes. So as you will have seen, I've just cooked off that chicken. We're going to remove it and set aside, and then we're going to chop up about half a white onion, spring onions, keeping the green part for the garnish, and we're going to add the white part into the wok. We're going to fry that for a couple of minutes just on a high heat. It really doesn't take long to soften it. Move to the edge of your pan, add in your egg, let it sit and bubble up. Don't just scramble it, just chop it up with your wok or your spatula so you've got these sort of bubbly ribbons of egg. Then you need to add in your rice. Make sure you cook this rice the day before and keep it in the fridge. You need to dry it out for at least a day in the fridge. You can't just use hot rice that is fresh. It just won't work. Add in all the other ingredients you're seeing and just add the chicken back in and mix it through. Ridiculously easy, done in minutes. That's it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these 5 high protein meal prep recipes. Like I said before, if you want the full recipes, you can get them in my app. There's a link to download it in the description below, and hopefully we'll see you back here on the channel again soon. See ya.